To another development at the Yaba area of Lagos State, where casualties from last weekend building collapse in Ebute, Metta have increased to 4. Confirming the latest development to TVC News, the public relations officer of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Nosa Okumbo, says the rescue operation commenced since the incident, saving 6 lives. A 3-story building under construction collapsed last Friday at Borno Street, Alagomeji Yaba area, trapping several persons. Respondents are still on ground working to save more people, as the number of persons under the rubble cannot be ascertained until it is brought to ground zero. The permanent secretary of LASEMA, Femi Osoitolu, says the agency will carry out empirical investigation on the cause of the incident.
I want the good people of Lagos State to remain calm and cool and collected. We are on top of all the challenges. All the buildings that have secondary impacts have been directed to go and do solid material testing because we don't want secondary disaster. We are on top of this. We appeal to good people of Lagos State to always do the needful. If they do the needful, we won't have this kind of problem. So the lacuna is the gap of what the state is putting in place to ensure safety, what the people are doing. I can assure you that we are not shy from enforcement. But however, anything that we are doing, we must have human face.
And our senior reporter Ola Wako is standing by at the collapsed building site. Ola, thank you for joining us once again. Earlier you mentioned that one person may still be trapped in this rubble. Talk to us about the latest on that.
Okay, Olamide, under the rain or in the sun, the job has to be done. Rescue operation is still ongoing here on Borno Street here, Alagomeji, Yaba. But there's one erroneous information that is out there that needs to be corrected. Right behind me is number 333 Borno Way, which has been reported to be the building that actually collapsed. It is not the building that collapsed. The building that collapsed is actually number 335 Borno Way, Alagomeji, Yaba. But the building that collapsed actually affected this building, and that was what led to the building being sealed off by the Lagos State Building Construction Agency. So this building is being sealed off. One of the residents of this building who spoke to me off camera told me that she was in the building when the 335 building collapsed, and it affected 2 of our cars, and they are there, damaged inside. But all the residents of 333 Borno Way or Borno Street have actually been asked to leave, and the building is being sealed off. But rescue operation is still ongoing here. If my camera could pan to the truck that is there, that is the Loma truck that I spoke about the other time. That is the truck that is responsible for evacuating rubbles. What they do is they evacuate rubbles, demolition or building collapse, and I think this is the 3rd time they will be coming around to ensure that this place is brought down to ground zero. The pattern of building, 3-story building collapse, as it were, in Lagos is something that needs to be given urgent attention. We could recall that in April, a 3-story building came down around Ojodubega, where 5 persons were brought out dead, and 15 rescued. Also, in July, another 3-story building came down around Lagos Island, where 5 persons were rescued. And this time around in September, another story building is down. So if we could see during the rescue operation, we could see that some of the reasons why these buildings get collapsed this way is because of the building materials used, substandard building materials. The iron rod that is used here even for the fact that the building has not been opened yet for residents to start living in. We could see that the iron, they are not as standard as they should. And also, I feel the regulatory bodies that are meant to ensure that these materials being used are well monitored for the building to be, for the building to be okay for use, should do their job to ensure that these buildings are being checked on regular basis. As it is now, we still have, the figure still remains that six rescued from this particular rubble, while 4 bodies were brought out. And we have someone here who has refused to speak to me. He said, I think his brother is still trapped in the rubble and is here to recover the body of the brother, but rescue operation is still on. As it is now, we've not been able to tell if there's somebody trapped there, but he is insisting that he was here with his brother that same Friday and he's not been able to see the brother. So that is the situation as it is. There's a lot of work to be done to ensure that this pattern of building collapse is being well monitored and is being ensured that such does not happen again because of the number of deaths that we have recorded as a result of this. So the rescue operation is still ongoing, and this place will be brought to ground zero very soon. The figure still remains that 6 rescued and 4 bodies brought out from this rubble. So that's the situation, but it should be corrected that the building that collapsed is not 333 Borno Street, but 335 Borno Street, as 333 has been sealed off and the building is just right here. All the residents from 333 have been asked to evacuate.
A senior reporter Olawakon live for us in Lagos. Thank you for talking to us.